If you're actively running CTV campaigns, or even starting to get in the market and shop for vendors, you know that every vendor under the sun talks about how premium their inventory is. You also probably know by now that if you ask these vendors to tell you what makes their inventory so much more premium than all the other inventory, they usually struggle to give you a really clear answer. And I bet you've been left wondering, if all the inventory's premium, does that mean none of it's actually premium? When I was buying CTV, this whole premium inventory charade left me feeling crazy at times. And this lack of clarity around premium inventory and a number of other topics is one of the core reasons I started my own CTV company, just to get to the bottom of some of this. But don't worry, you don't have to start your own connected television company just to get some clarity around these answers. Because today, we're distilling all of the complexity down and giving you 3 simple questions you can ask your CTV provider to better understand if their inventory is really that premium. Question number 1, ask them which SSPs they use. SSP, which is short for Supply Side Platform, are the exchanges between CTV buyers and sellers. Many inventory sources will have preferred partnerships with specific or a few SSPs, and some will have exclusivity with only one SSP. For example, if your provider is saying they're buying ad slots on Peacock, those ad slots better be coming from Freewheel. A few examples of reputable SSPs that have a number of direct relationships or just generally have a good reputation are Magnite, Freewheel, Triple Lift, and Index Exchange, among others. Another reason this question is so important is that there's certain SSPs out there that specialize in remnant inventory, otherwise known as inventory the main SSPs couldn't sell. I can almost guarantee you that the ad slots running through these remnant inventory SSPs are not that premium, and the risk of ad fraud is significantly higher. These SSPs offer CTV ad slots on name brand apps for a steep discount, which is why a lot of providers look the other way when confronted with the increased risk of ad fraud. So if a provider gives you a list of SSPs they use that don't contain any of the big names or even won't tell you at all, that's a red flag and you should probably run. Question number 2, ask them which publishers they buy from. While this question is similar in concept to question number 1, it can give you some added clarity around the inventory in question. In simple terms, the publisher is who's selling the ad slots to your provider. For example, if you're buying ad slots on Peacock, the publisher should be NBC Universal. Or if you're buying ad slots on Hulu, the publisher should be Disney, the parent company of both of these streaming apps. When your provider gives you their list of publishers that they work with, it should largely contain big name brands that you recognize. If you don't immediately recognize some of the names of the publishers, I recommend looking them up online, because there are specific companies that do publish inventory, especially for smaller apps that can't do it in-house, that you might not recognize the name of. However, if when you look these publishers up and the website just gives you weird vibes and it's based on the other side of the world, you should probably just listen to your gut, which is probably telling you that inventory is not so premium, if it's even real. One last pro tip on this one, there is nothing proprietary about the list of publishers a provider may use. So there is absolutely no reason they shouldn't be able to give you this list. And if they refuse or say they can't, they're probably, or definitely, hiding something. And you should probably run. Question number 3, ask them if there's any premium or big name streaming apps that they don't offer. And if they don't, ask them why not. The reason this question can help you catch bad connected television providers in the act is because certain big name apps are very protective over their name. These big name publishers know that if there's CTV providers out there selling ad slots on untrustworthy SSPs, that can do reputational harm to their brand. But more importantly, it affects their bottom line because those ad dollars aren't going to them, they're going somewhere else. So what do these big name publishers do about it? Well, they usually sue these untrustworthy SSPs and force them to remove their name and likeness from their ad slot offering, forcing them to no longer claim that they're selling ad inventory on their apps. And if you're wondering how I know this, as you probably should be, it's because I've actually worked with some of these big name streaming apps to help them remove fraudulent ad slots from these untrustworthy SSPs. Our platform that we built in-house was able to catch some of these fraudsters and untrustworthy SSPs in the act And we sent technical data to some of these big name apps to help them remove the fraudulent inventory from the ecosystem. And that is what I call a direct relationship. And there you have it. 3 questions and answers to ask your CTV provider to help you get a gauge on whether that inventory is really that premium. And if you want to learn more, I recommend you check out our other video on how ad inventory works, or visit our website where we break down these 3 questions and answers in their full detail. And until next time, keep streaming with clarity, friends.